You ready?
Hola, привет, bonjour, hello guys.
All right. Actually, let's really do this. Okay. No, that was really the intro. Hey, I'm Will.
I'm Stephanie.
This is Green Flags and Christian Dating.
Yeah, just things that you should probably look for. It would be best if they had these things,
Right.
but
Not saying that if they have these things that they are your future spouse, but just things that you might want to look for in that future spouse. So number one is what we've talked about in red flags. So if you've not seen that video, watch all of this video and then go watch that video. But could you see yourself marrying this person and that person being the future husband, the future father or mother of your children? Could you see that? And if you can, that is great. If you see them as someone who can be that parent to your children, that is a great green flag. And that's something you really need to talk about and really need to decide before you get married. And like we talked about in the red flags video, we don't get married and throw around the D word when you get to the point of wanting to have kids and you're not aligned with having kids or anything or whatever. So if you see them to be that parent, that's a great first step.
yeah, if they have characteristics that you're definitely looking for.
Yeah. All right, so number two.
The second green flag would the second green flag would have to be, how are they treating their family and their friends? Because how they're treating the people around them shows a lot about how they're going to treat you. And if they're treating their parents and their friends with like respect and lovingness and they're kind and it's real and that's how they even treat them in private, most likely that's how they're going to treat you in a relationship, and it's going to be a healthy relationship because of that.
Yeah, and even through trials, do they respond or reacting in a negative way or responding?
Yeah, that's going to show how you guys would be throughout conflict and how they handle conflict, because in a relationship stuff happens, ups and downs, but it's going to show how they would handle that.
Right. So green flag number 3 is, do they build people up or do they drag people down? If you're in public or you're at church or school, are they building people up or are they just dragging people down? Are they just being negative towards everybody? Is everything wrong? Is everything somebody does just terrible and they need to drag them down? Or are they looking for every little thing to pick out and point out about somebody's appearance or their character, and are they just trying to just drag somebody down, or are they trying to build them up? Because I would say, hey, if they're trying to build somebody up, that is definitely a great green flag.
Like, are they trying to find problems, or if there is problems, are they trying to find a solution for that problem?
Right. And if they're building people up, that is something that is great. That being the love, light, and truth of Jesus, and just spreading his love, joy, peace, patience,
kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
There we go. All right, Stephanie, number 4.
Fourth would, are they living a God-centered life? Meaning, are they putting God first? Do they have a relationship with the Lord? It's not just religion for them. And do they seek God in times of trouble or anything like that? If you can see that it's a God-centered life, it's going to be a good relationship, because they're not going to be running to people or things when times get rough, but they're going to be leaning on God, and God's going to be number one in your relationship.
Right, and that really relates to number 1. That can, because that overflows into all the other ones, and it kind of connects to number 5, which is, are they set apart from the world? If they're doing all the worldly things, going to parties and drinking and drugs and things like that, and dressing inappropriately and just all these things that we see the world doing today, that's not being set apart. And it really does coincide with number 4, is if you are set apart, we're as Christians called to be set apart from the world. And if they are and they're set apart, that is such a great quality and a thing to see in your future spouse, is them being set apart and just being that, like again, being the hands and feet of Jesus and being set apart from the world.
And like this also ties into number 5, to the point of like, not, is this someone that you don't have to change? Because I know a lot of people sometimes are like, well, if I bring them to church and I do this and I do that, then they'll know Jesus and they can change. Or there's people who's like, well, once I start dating them, I'll fix what type of outfits they wear, and I'll fix this about their personality, and I'll fix this and this and this. And at that point, you're just changing the other person, and it has to be a heart issue that they want to fix, not something that you're going to be able to fix. And number 1, God has to be the one that is going to create that heart change with that person. And either that person isn't meant to be with you for that time, or that is not the person for you, because God obviously doesn't want you having to change that other person. So
like we said, these do not mean that that person will be your spouse, or that, you know, that they've got all these qualities, so that has to be the person for me, and that's not the case. So, you know, we don't want you to run with that, but just cases or points to look at, qualities to look at for your future spouse when you're kind of looking for that person to date. So I believe that is it. So that's it for green flags as of right now. Maybe a part 2. I don't know. Maybe you should let us know in the comments. Sub to the channel and just come along with the journey with us. You know, we just want to talk about Jesus and our relationship, and I think that's it. Bye.
Bye.